Welcome to TwinCities.com. I'm Fran Tarkenton. Yes, bad defeat. We all thought that the Vikings could beat the Cleveland Browns. I think it's time now. Let's just go play our next game somewhere in Europe. Well, I think we are, in London. You know, the 3 games, we're disappointed. Chances for a playoff is greatly reduced. The percentage of teams that start off 0-3 that make the playoffs is pretty low. In our division, we've got 2 of the better teams playing right now. Green Bay got beat by Cincinnati 2-1, but Chicago's playing really well. Even Detroit came and beat Washington. We're in a tough division, one of the tougher divisions in the entire National Football League. But there's a trend going on across the league that is interesting. There's less scoring. There seems to be less offense. Last weekend, the New York Giants with Eli Manning got shut out by the Carolina Panthers. Can you imagine that? Their team scoring 7 points or less. That's just almost unheard of. Remember hearing about the read option, how it was going to transform football, Kaepernick and RG3 and Russell Wilson running the read option? Well, the read option, they've defensed that. They figured out how to do it. And now Chip Kelly comes with a hurry-up offense and how that's going to transform the whole world. In the first half of his first game this year, they had 62 plays. The second half, they had 30-some plays. And now it's not so sped up. And I think that the defenses have figured out how to slow those offenses down. In the history of football, the game cycles. The offense gets ahead, then the defense catches up. But one thing is for certain. They're doing everything they can to make it easier for the offense. There's more penalties, protect the quarterback, protect the receivers, protect the running backs with head-on-head collisions. I think all that is really good. But it's not going to be more scoring because it's really interesting how the defenses have really started up. And it's kind of alarming. I know you're interested in what's going on with Christian Ponder and what's going on with our defense and what's going on with our team and is there any hope? Well, you know, it's tough for a lot of teams. What if you're in San Francisco now? Colin Kaepernick, one play, 5 yards from winning a Super Bowl game last year, had an unbelievable season, running for 1 billion yards, passing for 1 billion yards, and he was just electric. San Francisco, in the last 2 weeks, has scored 10 points. 10 points. They're beaten by Indianapolis and Andrew Luck, a second-year quarterback, and Kaepernick just looked uncomfortable. Eli Manning, twice a Super Bowl champion. The great New York Giants are now 0-3, and they get shut out by Carolina, not by Seattle, but by Carolina, and lose 38-0. You go to Tampa, and Josh Freeman, they were hoping when he was coming out of college as a number 1 pick 4 or 5 years ago, he was going to be the guy. He had all the tools, it looked like. They scored 3 points against a very modest, not very talented defensive team of the New England Patriots. So there are other teams with all types of problems. Atlanta Falcons, preseason favorites to go to the Super Bowl. They're 1-2, and they're struggling a little bit. It happens, and so it's a long season. Does that mean that we at Minnesota, we're going to be in the playoffs? I don't think so. I don't think we're good enough to be there. I don't think we have the talent to be there. I think this is really a rebuilding season. Is Christian Ponder going to make it? Well, is Colin Kaepernick going to make it? Is Roethlisberger done? Is Eli done? Ryan Tannehill is playing, relatively good down in Miami. They're 3-0, but I watched him last week, and he's not very comfortable in that pocket. I know our guy's not comfortable in the pocket, but he made some plays. He made 2 really good runs, 10-yard touchdown run, another 10-yard run to pick up a first down. He gets a face mask penalty. He really used his legs, needs to do that. Does he look uncomfortable in the pocket? He does look uncomfortable in the pocket. He doesn't have a great sense of himself in the pocket, and he makes some bad plays because of that. Can he learn to be better? I don't know. We'll find out over the next course of the year. But I think, again, as we said at the beginning, this is a defining year for Christian Ponder. I think our people running the Vikings ship will have a pretty good, clear picture. Is he going to be better, or is this the Christian Ponder that we see? That's what we're going to get. Are we satisfied with that or not? Everybody's not going to be a Peyton Manning and a Tom Brady and a Drew Brees and those type of players. But I'll tell you two quarterbacks, that young quarterbacks that are reaching into that elite stage already. Andrew Luck, boy, is he a player. Playing on a team that's not a really good team, behind a really bad offensive line. And he goes out at San Francisco and beats them handily with his legs, with his head, with his arm. He's got so much savvy. He's so comfortable in the pocket. Then you go over to Russell Wilson, 5'10", quarterback that was drafted the third round by Seattle. And each week he gets better and better and better. Had a great year last year and is following it up with another great year, 3-0. He made plays last week in and out of the pocket. They were extraordinary. Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson are totally comfortable with themselves. They're totally comfortable on that playing field, in or out of the pocket. All the great quarterbacks have that comfort zone. Christian Ponder doesn't have that yet. But I'll give you again, Ryan Tannehill, 3-0 down in Miami. He doesn't have it either. And until you get it, you're not going to have the consistency that you have to be a quarterback in the National Football League. We're going to London, a long way away. Let's hope we can get our first victory over there.